Good morning and welcome to Blue Devil Football 1999. The G-Man, Larry Grissom, with me on the pregame show, and we were just talking before we went on camera. 8 different head coaches you worked for during your time here at Lebanon High School?
This Coach Marshall will be the 8th. I guess that's what all this gray is about, isn't it?
Well, apparently you're pretty good because they've all kept you around.
Well, you just said the tenure law in the state of Tennessee is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
You're back working with the secondary.
Right.
You've got some depth back there, Larry, and there have been times when you've coached in the secondary where you were kind of keeping your fingers crossed on sending people in and out of ball games. You've got about 8 guys back there.
We've got 6 to 8, and definitely 6 we wouldn't mind putting in the ball game. Matt Laster and Stephen Pickett at the corners, and got Antoine Ross and Maurice Dotson at the safeties. Justin Jones can fill in at either one of those places, and Jamar Corder can play some corner for us.
Well, that's got to give you a good feeling, knowing that you can keep fresh bodies out there, particularly when so many teams are throwing the football these days.
The game doesn't really change down there in the trenches, but they are throwing the ball a lot more. I think they're trying to copy some of the college and pros you see on TV, and they're doing a good job at it.
And that puts the pressure on that secondary. You've got to keep your assignments and try to knock that football down.
And have good feet and be able to play the football. And we feel like we've got some guys that can do that. I feel better about this bunch of secondary, and I have for a lot of secondaries, and we've had some good players in the past.
So as a group, they've played well together.
Yes, sir.
You're also working with the kicking game. You've got some folks who have, in the early part of the season when we're taping this, have done a pretty good job. Wes Colby's a soccer-style kicker, and he's done a good job kicking.
We trust Wes. He'll be able to hit the extra points and field goals, we think. And we've got maybe some new people we're trying to work at some of the snapping and kicking positions and hope that they pan out, and we could be a threat if those guys come through.
And people don't realize that the kicking game encompasses so much. Just kicking an extra point, you got to get the snap, you got to get the placement, get it on the pad, and the kicker's got to do his job. Everybody's got to work as a group.
Right, and the coaching of it's really overrated. They can either kick or they are not such a good kicker, you know. And we've got some guys with good legs, and that makes coaches look better.
There seems to be more of an upbeat feeling around this football team that I've seen. I know you were away for a season or so, and now you're back. Do you feel it?
Yes, I think it's a work ethic. These kids, I know Coach Marshall's worked hard all winter, and he's had those guys putting in hours and hours in that weight room, and they're out here all summer running and getting in shape. It's the best conditioned team I've ever gone to camp with. It's unreal how they worked, and that kind of work ethic and with good enthusiasm, that's going to lead to good things, and that increases that enthusiasm.
G-Man, good to have you back.
Appreciate it, Tom.
We'll be back with kickoff after this timeout.
We got the ambulance coming.
And Carroll Oakland brought in 3,100 cans. Top score was Castle Heights with 3,684, and Carroll Oakland with 3,100. Thank you both from the city and the county schools for helping us out with this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's have no conversation between the two companies. Like usually, they continue with the color if I drop it. Head. Because head, it is in this tail. You do the top, the first.
Lebanon has won the toss. They have decided to defer to the second half. The Blue Devils will kick away from the scoreboard side, Tommy, so the volume on this mic sounds good now. I don't know what we had earlier, but it sounds good now. We're ready to go here at Noakes Lassiter Field in Lebanon.
Thanks, John. And Lebanon will work out of the south end zone. They will have their backs to the scoreboard. They will kick to the north. They will kick to the schoolhouse as Lebanon prepares to play the Patriots of Oakland in a Class 5A regional football game here at Noakes Lassiter Field. Let's run through that Oakland defensive unit. Alvin McDermott plays at defensive end. Mario Lyles at defensive tackle. Newt Ely at tackle. Gabriel Bratton at guard. Corey Hickson at a tackle. James Light at defensive ends. Their linebackers Victor Stevenson and Ryan Russell. Roland Ogletree, Wardell Alsop, and Desmond Rhodes in the secondary. Oakland, a speedy football team. They've got some outstanding skill people. They can go the distance if you give them the opportunity. They also like to take advantage of your mistakes. So Lebanon hanging on to the football is going to be big tonight for this Blue Devil football team. They don't want to give Oakland too many bullets in that gun, too many bullets that they'll have to dodge. The defending state champion Patriots are on the field, and here come the Blue Devils. Lebanon dressed in the home blue jerseys. White trim with the devil head on the side of the sleeve. White helmets, white pants, blue trim. Across the way, the Patriots with a record of 4-3 on the season. 3-1 in regional play. White jerseys, navy blue helmets, silver football pants, blue numerals with red trim. They believe they are the school in Murfreesboro. It says Murfreesboro on the back of their jerseys. Oakland and Lebanon renewing one of the great football rivalries in Middle Tennessee football tonight in Week 8. Next week, Lebanon will be at home for homecoming against Warren County. Next week, the Patriots will be at home against Cookeville High School. Going deep to return for the Patriots, they'll send a couple of guys back deep. For the Patriots, Alvin McDermott will be deep, along with their tailback, Roland Ogletree. Kicking the football for the Blue Devils will be the senior, Wes Colby, the soccer-style kicker. Folks, here with the play-by-play call of tonight's Lebanon-Oakland game is Clyde Harville.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. Good evening, everybody. It's time to play football at Lebanon High. As Tommy told you, McDermott and Ogletree back deep for Oakland. And to kick it off, it will be Wes Colby for the Blue Devils. And we're set to play here at Noakes Lassiter Field, waiting on an official's whistle. Colby is set to go. And here we get the whistle, and Colby is forward. High and short in the middle of the field, going to be taken by T. Thompson. Out to the 20 and to the 25, breaks a tackle, goes over the 30, out near the 31-yard line. I think they'll mark it just across the 30. T. Thompson, an upback, 5'10", 170-pound junior, took the short middle of the field kick, and that's probably the way the Blue Devils should do it to keep it away from the speedsters McDermott and Ogletree. Wardell Alsop, a fineman, 5'11", 163 senior at the controls. 3 wide outset, man in motion to the far side, shotgun formation. Alsop back to throw, and hands off on a reverse far side. Lebanon hits him at the line of scrimmage, and making the play over there is Camilla Kaysen, who hit him and dropped him for about a 2-yard gain. Actually, well, call it 2. Second down and 8. Carrying the ball was Dewan Hathaway.
The old Statue of Liberty play there, Clyde.
Lebanon snuffed that one out pretty good. Kaysen was all over him, and they hold it to, well, a short 2 yards. Give up the middle this time and barreling out for 2-3 yards to the 35. And I think that was Hathaway again, but let's wait till he gets up and see that number. It was Hathaway carrying the ball up off the bottom of the pile. Big David Marshall for the Blue Devils. Ball just over the 35. It will be 3rd down and 5 for Oakland. The Patriots need 5 on 3rd and 5. Now they go into the 2 wide outset. I formation. Alsop is the quarterback. Hathaway the fullback. Ogletree is the tailback. And now they flip-flop the tight end from the far side to the near side, and Alsop pitch back to the far side. He's got the first down over the 40, over the 45, run out of bounds. At the 45-yard line is where they're going to mark the football. It was an option down the line by Alsop, and the pitch went to Ogletree, and he turned on the steam and picks up 10 and gets the first down.
Ogletree on the season, 682 yards, averages 7.3 per carry, 8 touchdowns on the season for the senior tailback for the Patriots.
1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 45-yard line. They took over at their own 30. Handoff again is to Ogletree, and he slashes across the 45 out to the 47 to the 48-yard line, picks up 3 on the carry. They'll mark it at the 48, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 situation. 2nd and 7 for the Patriots at their own 48. Blue Devils trying to show up that defense. Played a great defensive game at Cookville last week, but this is another chapter tonight with the Patriots in town. Down the line, they give it this time to Hathaway, and Lebanon is all over Hathaway. He might have got a yard. Not a lot of gain out of that. Hathaway hit, well, call it half a yard gain. Still 3rd down and 7 now.
Clyde, they like Hathaway. He's 175 pounds, 5'6" at fullback. They don't let him be the lead blocker and run him on the dive play a lot. They run that G lead where they pull the guard, kick the end, and let him read that block. He's a breakaway kid who lines up at the fullback position.
Now they spread the field, 3 receivers out, and also back to throw. Pressure on. And he overthrew Ogletree at the 48-yard line and had the Lebanon kid, and I didn't get a number, coming in, been looking, it would almost been in his arms.
That was Andre Logue out there covering on the screen pass. Oakland let the rush in and tried to flip the screen out. The Patriots will have to punt. Deep in punt formation is Colby Wright.
And back for the Blue Devils, and here is the kick. High and deep. McCarver is going to let it hit. It's going to hit out of bounds. And I think will be at about the 19-yard line is where they're going to mark it. Blue Devils will take over at their own 19 with a 1st and 10.
Terry, what about that kick?
Kick by Wright goes out of bounds at the Lebanon 19. That's a 32-yard punt by Wright. Lebanon going to start their first possession of the night at their 19.
Lassiter's going to be out at a split end. He's coming out of there, and they'll Chase Lannon will be the lone wideout. Lebanon in the power I formation. Lannon, handoff, 2nd man through, big hole. Ross barrels over the 20, out over the 23 to the 24, near the 25-yard line. Got a solid 5, almost 5.5 yards on the carry. Nose of the football out near the 25, and it will be 2nd down. We'll call it 2nd and 5.
Clyde, this is a way to get Ross and McCarver in the game together in the same backfield.
And they're back there now, along with Beasley, the fullback. Lannon to the near side, split wide, and again they give is to Ross, and he battles and fires and stays on his feet over the 30, out over the 32 to the 33, all the way to the 35-yard line, and Ross with a good second effort gets the 1st down as the Blue Devils move it out to the 35-yard line.
John Bryan, what about 3rd and 4th effort?
He didn't give up. He got hit once, twice, and then 3 times. He kept his legs moving forward. That gave him the ability to pick up that extra 4 yards and the 1st down.
Lebanon again with a one-eyed out set, and here's the quick handoff to Beasley in there, and they jammed that up. Beasley going to get a yard out to the 36. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. They were waiting that time on Beasley, the fullback, on the quick handoff.
20 at the 36.
Move the football out to the 36, where it will be 2nd down and 9 for the Blue Devils at their own 36-yard line. Now Lassiter will come back in. McCarver will come out.
Offensively for Lebanon, Pack, Mull, Preer, Miller, and Marshall on that front.
Lebanon still with a one wideout as they put Lassiter in the backfield and now put him in motion, coming to the wide side of the field. Now 2 men in motion, and flag's going to fly, quarterback draw, and Chad Lanning going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and not a lot more, but Lebanon's that's going to cost them 5, because I think that second motion man was heading toward the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped.
Well, in fact, we had both guys moving at one time. Matt was thinking he was going to be the only man in motion, and as he is shifting, Antoine Ross goes in motion as well. So he had 2 Blue Devils moving at the snap, and you can't do that. 5 yards